Biden signs Ukraine Lend-Lease Act into law.
Here's a summary of the article.
The signing ceremony took place at the White House on Monday, May 9, according to Ukrinform. The Ukraine Democracy Defense Lend-Lease Act was passed last month by both chambers of the U.S. Congress. The Senate unanimously supported the document on April 6, and the House of Representatives voted for the measure on April 28. The document allows the U.S. President to use the military Lend-Lease program to speed up the transfer of weapons, military equipment, medicines, food, etc. It is expected that the recipient country will pay their cost later. The military Lend-Lease program was used during World War II. It allowed the United States to quickly provide weapons to its allies.
This post received a score of 23,000, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The Ukraine Democracy Defense Lend-Lease Act was passed last month by both chambers of the U.S. Congress. The document allows the U.S. President to use the military Lend-Lease program to speed up the transfer of weapons, military equipment, medicines, food, etc. It is expected that the recipient country will pay their cost later. The military Lend-Lease program was used during World War II. It allowed the United States to quickly provide weapons to its allies.
Greater than it is expected that the recipient country will pay their cost later. It's worth noting that the lease terms are rather generous, too. IIRC Great Britain didn't pay off their loan until the mid-2000s. IMHO The real way Ukrainians can pay it back is by rebuilding and being a prosperous, happy country.
I like deals such as this because at least in theory, it is now in our financial interests to make sure they are successful so that they can pay us back.
With international debts like these, it isn't uncommon to last tens of years, or even over a century to pay off. And of course, in the end there's nothing to take if someone is broke. Better to make sure they still have something, and eventually it's all settled. And if the new government of that country refuses, well, their economy will pay a heavy price when countries and banks don't trust you anymore.
It's almost like Russia is learning what happens when countries and banks don't trust you.
What does that mean? Explain like I'm 5.
If you're Ukraine and I'm USA, basically you get to borrow my war stuff, within reason, and you don't worry about paying me for it until the war is over.
And they get a real long time to pay us back. The UK only finished paying us back in 2000.
Cash and carry even was a real help tbh, especially since boats basically carry themselves. Lend-lease though is far more helpful in any war, let alone the Russian situation.
Russia bout to find out why we don't have healthcare.
Oh, fuck, that caught me off guard. I may be obese as fuck and bout to lose a foot, but my Bradley fighting vehicle bout to make you lose yo mu fucking life. Edit. Wow, this joke thread is doing really well. Might as well kick this guy right off his soapbox, cause, oh boy, does this comment section ever need to be topped up on inane bullshit? All of my repliers, apparently.
I thought it was because private healthcare providers lobbied hard to secure their slice of that lucrative market, and I still think it is. The U.S. military budget for 2021 was $703 billion. The U.S. healthcare spending for 2021 was believed to be around $4.3 trillion.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.